Alexa, end call.
There is no active call.
Alexa, end call.
Hopefully this has ended the glitch. Yeah, but I don't think everyone will come back on though. I'll hang about for a few minutes. I don't know what happened there. Too many people on the blooming internet, no doubt. I'll just hang about, see if anyone comes on. Right, while we have got sound, for those of you that are watching the live stream, I don't know what happened there. We lost complete sound at my end, so I'm putting this out as a little an apology. We was having a really good chat as well. Unless people actually realise that I'm back on, I'll hang about for a few minutes and see if anyone else joins us. But if not, this will be it. So hey, when you do live stuff, these things happen, don't they? Technical hitches. Oh, hello, Alan. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I really don't. All of a sudden, at the bottom of the thing, there was like there's green dots, and all of a sudden the green dots disappeared. So yeah, all these technical. I've had a bad week of technical itches, so I've had it's the second time the microphone's gone a wobbly, but I don't think it's the microphone itself. I think they've been doing some work on the internet. I think that they've been doing some work in the streets just up the road from me. I don't know if they've been peeing about with it, but when I did one of the shows in the week, I can't remember which one it was. Oh, it was the classic album, Centerfield. I had to redo it. It just sounded terrible. Sounded like I was working in a bottle of beer. So, everyone's coming back. That's brilliant. So who's here then? I know Alan's here. Let's have a look. Who's here? It says 3, but there's 4 people here. Yeah, I think it certainly isn't the mic, because I know the mic's working because I've been using it on dictation and I've had no problems with it. And it's been working fine all week, except when I want to do a live stream. It's certainly quietened Rocky down. Yeah, probably, Alan. Number 4. Well, if I go into the participants, there's Alan, you, and myself. But it's showing 4 people. But there you go. I hope that people realise we're back on. Hey, welcome back, Charles. Sorry about that. While I was silent, Dave called me on that she can't be spoken about. So we decided that we'd have a reboot. Slow mode is on again. Oh, I don't know how to. Hang on. If I break it, I do apologise. I don't think I can customise. Let's have a look at that. Oh. There we go. Slow mode is off. That was easy. Well, at least Rocky's quieted down. No, I spoke too soon. It's amazing. When I'm quiet, he doesn't bark. As soon as I start talking, he is naughty. Smack his bum. Right, let's open the curtain. Still quite light here, so there's no lights on yet. Yes, what was we talking about Eurovision, weren't we? Yeah. Tuesday, Charles. Tuesday will be Cocteau Twins, and then Retro Magnus. Retro ranking is madness. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the Cocteau Twins. Quite an interesting band. I mean, I noticed. Yeah, so if it's your number, if it's at the bottom, Charles, I do apologise, but it's these. No, I think you're a bit more sensible than that person. I think he should be thrown head first into the laundry basket. I'll tell you what, at the end of the year, I think he's in the running for the Wally of the Year. He really is. On that one comment he said about the Flash. Talking to that fan, he's never been back. I wonder why. May have been booted out. So I know I did. Eventually, when he stopped, he made three. I gave us 3 strikes and out with him. 3 times he was getting on, and in the end, I'm not having this idiot sitting there with posing. Dead can dance. I'll write that down because I'll forget that in the morning. There we go. Yeah, well, I'll check it out this week and we'll report back to Alan next week. That's our homework. As a certain SOT program where they have their homework assignments, I think Alan's just set me and Charles a homework assignment. Check out Dead Can Dance. But my greatest achievement so far, I know he's not with us tonight, Mick. I've turned him into a Uriah Heep fan, which is excellent. Or if it's ambient, I do like me ambient music. Me Sunday morning music, as I call it. Australian. Talking of Australian bands, I was listening to some Midnight Oil. Oh, Dave setting the tones to the chat. And rightly so. But hopefully we're lucky. I don't think we get mobbed by idiots. Well, I get in the comments. I mean, I don't know if you see them, but before I take them off, I get people putting it in Russian and all sorts. I've actually had subscribers that have subscribed, and I look at them and go, I don't want these. But I don't have any problems with the Facebook pages because Dave usually gets to them as me. Blimey, 8 people now, blimey. So if you just all come in, are you here from part 1 or part 2? Because this is part 2. Ah, right. Yes, we're gonna try something in the future with Discord because Dave's in charge of that bit. I just sit here and do this. I think we're trying to reach more people, especially when we do this. Oh, are they like Blackmore's Night? Is it that sort of medieval type sound? Because I love Blackmore's Night. Yes, we are doing Blackmore's Night. I think I missed that off the finished laundry list. I think I did. So Dave had Blackmore's Night. That's been completed. Might do that in a few weeks. Yeah, he's not just the monitor, he's the technical advisor on the channel. Dave is the technical man of RTO. So we're going to try. I'm sure we'll try that one out at some stage. Have a proper conversation. Rocky's got a lot to say tonight, hasn't he? Oh, I mean, have you noticed on some of my videos when the band puts in a bit of that Eastern sound? I love it. Even sitars sound good sometimes. Thank you. I forgot to put them on. How can I forget a Richie Blackmore band? When I finished doing the Dio this week, I actually went and watched the SOT that Pete did on Dio. And the top half of it is very similar to mine, believe it or not. There's 1 or 2 exceptions, but most of it is very similar to mine. I don't know what happened with the light there. I don't know if it's because the light's changed here. Yeah, Rainbow's Gates of Babylon. That is a wonderful sound. I love that Middle Eastern. Oh, we had in. Well, it's Alan's call. I mean, he suggested it. Ask Alan if he wants it to go on the laundry list. We'll add it. You see, as everyone knows, all the music to the intros was actually done by Dave and myself on very drunk nights on a PlayStation, and we actually did create one track with that Eastern Arabic sound. I haven't used it on anything yet, But yeah, we created our own, and it sounds pretty good. I don't say so myself. Yes, it was pretty. That was a pretty good little tune we come up with. I called it Egyptian Storm, actually. Might put it on something at some stage so you can all have a listen. Or I'll just one week I might just change the music on one of the shows. Yeah, put it in the laundry list. I'll just put laundry list on it, and then I'll put it in the book tomorrow morning before I start. They're talking tomorrow. We're going to be doing live albums of another of my favourite bands, UFO. The live albums of UFO. And then we got a new album tomorrow, and we're talking on that Celtic sound, Alan. Oh, thank you. We're famous, Dave. Alan likes our music that we created. It should say on the credits, thanks to the Red Lion Pub in Brixworth for inspiration. Yeah, tomorrow I'm doing a band called Dare Now. Their new album, Road to Eden. There is a video of their other albums somewhere. And if you like Celtic music, you'll like Dare. I mean, Darren Wharton was a member of Thin Lizzy. He played the keyboards. As we said last week as well, that Dr. Brian Cox was in the band. So that I'm reviewing their new album tomorrow. And if you haven't heard it, it is terrific. What's your favourite one, Alan? What's the favourite introduction music? I don't know if he's Irish, but he's played with Thin Lizzy. And all their albums are very Celtic anyway, so your royalty percent is as much as me. Big fat zero. It is actually that's copyrighted as well, so no one can nick it. We own the rights to it. Well, I'm sure you'll have them when you do come across. I've got a beer fridge that'll be stocked with your favourite beer. Or one that I can get. You'll take your spanner down. Desert background. Ooh. Yeah, the font I use for my logo and everything, it's just calligraphy. That's called. I've got what I use. I'll tell you what I use to do all it on. I use a video suite. Called Magix. It's getting dark now, isn't it? It's it may go dark for a minute. Let's find the switch lights. There we go. Can everybody see me in the gloom and doom? Or do we need to put this one on again? I have to be careful because if I knock the thing, the camera comes down. Okay. Yeah, I use the Magic's. Yes, he did. He did play. Things can only get better. Hang on, one. Oh my God. Got something stuck to the chair. It's called a lump of blue tap. Yeah, I use the Magic's video suite, which is pretty cool because you can record directly when I do the videos. I can literally sit and do it all in the same place, edit it all in the same place. Oh, that one. Blizzard. That's what that one's called. And hang on. I've got the list here, so I write down all the bits. So if I do cock up, I know which ones. Right, album reviews are done in Bookman. Classic albums are done in a thing called Marcellus. Retro is Bauhaus 93. The band rankings, Nova Round. Artwork is Balasar. And PR celebrating on the Battle of the Debutantes. But the ranking the obscures all done in one called Calligraphy, which is a very, very nice font. Yeah, I'm like you, Alan. I follow. I mean, obviously, I follow SOT. And I keep watching that because I don't want to. I've come up with ideas, and he sort of he pinched one of my ideas. Bugger. And that was the same weekend, the last time the UK won the Eurovision Song Contest as well. And I know that weekend because I broke a toe at work. And I was down visiting my brother and I was walking around with a broken toe. Not very fun. Yeah, Katrina and the Waves. She's Canadian though, isn't she? So technically she wasn't a Brit. Who was the last Brit to win the Eurovision? I'm going to say Bucks Fizz was the last time a British person won. I haven't watched Almost Humans channel. No, I'll give it a whirl later. Yes, they did win it quite a lot, didn't they? Oh, you'll start Dave off now. Johnny Logan. Bucks Fizz. I was in hospital when that was on. We sat and watched it in hospital. I was obviously I was in a children's room because I was young. And what they did, they got the big telly and they brought at the weekends. They sort of emptied at the weekends. It was only people that were in there for long term that were on the ward. So when the Eurovision Song Contest, there was a girls' end and a boys' end, but for that because there were three of us, two boys and one girl. They brought her down to us, and we sat there with fizzy pop watching the Eurovision Song Contest. He swears. Oh dear. I'll give it a watch. There's no need to swear all the time, though. I think the only time I swear as if I'm talking about an album song. No need for swearing in it. Save your for me. Yeah. Yeah. If it's in the title, yeah, I know what I always say. I apologise, but I'm going to swear. I mean, Marillion have an album that swears. But, yeah, but I don't like to hear swearing on YouTube channels. I mean, they don't swear much on the others, the odd word. But, you know, this is about music, not swearing. Yeah, don't need it. I mean, there's even on a John Lennon record, there's swearing. The F word pops up. Was it Working Class Hero? I think that's got swearing on it. Yes, I watch. There's two shows on that channel that I religiously watch, and that's Friday at the Funhouse and the UK Connection on Saturday. And there's been a couple of times where I've actually watched it when it premieres. How sad's that? But talking of the Saturday Connection, the other week they did concerts from the 90s, and Stephen Reed mentioned Cougar. It was the day after I'd reviewed the Cougar album, so I flipped off a message to him, and we had a really good conversation about Cougar. Yeah, I want Stephen to go and sort Simon's record collection out. It must be he's not very organised, is Simon Bray. But he's very, very funny. I must admit, I nicked their idea about talking about beer, but it's yes, did it make you watch my video on Cougar? I hope it did. And the album's actually up there as a playlist. The whole album of that Cougar album's up there. I want some of John Peel's, not all of it. Yeah, Simon is quite great fun. I could sit down with them, Steve and Simon, for a beer, and I'm sure it'd be a brilliant evening. Yes, there is one on Cougar. I reviewed the album, and the playlist is the whole album. But if you like it, and you like it and you would like a copy, drop me an email and I'll sort something out for you, Alan. That's very easily done. Yes, I liked Skin as well. Neville McDonald was part of that. What's that? What you put up there? What's that about? Yeah, if you do, you'll find me an email address in the description box at the beginning of the thing, or if you click on the red icon, it'll take you to it. Ah, right, okay. I will have a look at that myself later. Yeah, I think I know what. I think you know what could come to you, Alan, if you do it. If you can't talk about that because that's naughty. But I think you know where I'm getting at. That goes for anyone. If you think you can't get hold of something, you really desperately want it, and you can't find it, just drop me an email. Terrorvision. Was that the one with the girl singer? What was that single they had? Oh, big hit. I've got it in my head, and I can't think of the title of it. What's the lead singer called? Wendy James. Tequila. No, I haven't. Transvision Vamp. Ah, that's who I'm thinking of. Wendy James. Talking of female singers, I was going through YouTube the other night, and there's a clip that was done at the Royal Albert Hall of Susie Quattro, and on stage with her performing Slow Down was Andy Scott and Don Powell. Absolutely brilliant. There was also her doing Can the Can, and she joins the drummer. I didn't realise Susie could drum like that. Might do a retro ranking on Transvision Vamp now we're talking about it. But Terrorvision, I will check them out. Yeah, good evening, Peter. We've added Mahogany and Rush to the laundry list. The Frank Marino, I've got to really sort through that because there's hundreds. Like the Steve Hillage. They will go on. Quattro, Scott and Powell, yeah, what a combo. All old friends, just getting up there and doing the groove. I didn't realise Andy Scott can still play a mean guitar and Don can still drum. He's still got that familiar as he plays the drums. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, so yeah, it is on there. Just put Susie Quattro live on YouTube and you'll probably find it. It's worth a watch. Obviously, it's done by someone on a phone, but it's still worth a watch. Yes, he does, Alan. I watched a great one. He had John Coughlin on as well from Quo. That was a brilliant one because I spent most of the time talking about their tour to Australia and what they used to get to. Yeah, I subscribe to that channel, Alan. Yeah, I like Don Powell. A great drummer. Underrated drummer. So Richard and myself were talking on the Mike Chapman video about Mick Tucker from Sweet and how he was probably the best drummer of that era, the glam rock. He was the best drummer in glam rock. When you got people like John Bonham, John Coughlin himself saying what a fine drummer Mick Tucker was. Really, he did. I mean, some of the drumming on some of them Sweet songs is terrific. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the one we're doing on Genesis anyway. That'll be brilliant. 28th of May, folks, which is next Saturday. Next Saturday, we will be doing that one. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, he's back. Welcome back. Yeah, you know, when you got one of the greatest rock drummers saying that Mick Tucker was a good drummer, that's something else, isn't it? Yeah, I think if you go to the glam rock scene, there's only one person that drums as hard in that era as Mick Tucker, and that's Cozy Powell. I mean, two of the hardest drum hitters. Well, there's three, I think. There's Mick Tucker, Cozy Powell, and Bev Bevan. Some of the hardest hitting drummers around, I reckon. There's been so many good drummers, though, that this country have produced. I think at the top of me of Cozy Powell. Oh yeah, oh that's right, on Little Willie. Keith Moon, yeah. Keith, similar to Ian Pace. There's so many great British drummers. Forget the Americans for a minute. Let's talk about British drummers. Keith Moon, John Bonham, Charlie Watts, John Codlin, Mick Fleetwood. Yeah, Give Us a Wink. That's my favourite. And Nigel Glocker was in Toyah. Roger Taylor, yeah, there's so many. See, Mick Fleetwood says that John Codlin's the best shuffle drummer at his height. Bill Ward, yeah, another great drummer. Now, here's one that people do forget, Ian Mosley. Filthy Animal Taylor, yeah. Ah, good evening, Mick. You made it. Welcome. I did send your apologies, but this is take two, Mick. We were doing one, and I lost all sound. And his predecessor, Mr. Michael P.T. Pointer. Bill Bruford. Alan White. Keep them coming. Andy Ward. That's our favourite drummers. Do we mention Ringo? I don't know. Was he a great drummer? Yeah, Vinny, we talk about British drummers. Just think of any of the obscure ones that people forget. Kenny Jones. Ringo, yeah, we'll put Ringo. Yeah, but he's a good drummer. I think there's any of the obscure stuff. Now, here's a drummer. He'll get mentioned a bit on Monday. Cole Palmer, of course, yes. Tristan Fry. Mick Underwood, yeah. No, he wasn't the best drummer, but he was the more charismatic. Nico McBrain. Everyone is fine, Peter. Okay, different musician now. What about keyboard player? British keyboard players. I'll start the bull rolling. John Lord. The maestro. Francis Monkman. Yeah. Great keyboard player. And of course, Mr. Rick Wakeman. Rick Wakeman. Tony Banks. Tim Blake. Yes. Yes. Rick Wakeman is Keith Emerson. Yeah. Ken Hensley. Good call, Peter. Uriah Heep wouldn't be Uriah Heep without Ken Hensley. Talking of Uriah Heep, Mick, as you weren't here early, next week's live album ranking is Uriah Heep, especially for you, because I've been listening to some whoever did Don. I don't know if it's Don Airy. I think it was Don Airy. I've got this funny feeling that was Don Airy. Steve Winwood. Yes, I thought I was right. Because we forgot to mention a drummer, Lee Kerslake, Uriah Heep, and see, I think Phil Lanson, the current Uriah Heep keyboard player, is pretty good. Mark Kelly from Marillion's good. First Aussie lineup, yeah. I'll see if I can remember off the top of my head. Aussie, of course, Randy Rhodes, Bob Daisley, Lee Kerslake, and Don Airy. Tony Carey. Matt Bellamy. Yeah, I'll give him that. But then again, his dad was a good keyboard player, wasn't he? Because Matt Bellamy's dad was the keyboard player in the Tornadoes. Another good keyboard player, Jeff Nichols. Did a lot of work. Tommy Aldridge is he British, Tommy? I can't. But he's a terrific drummer. I've seen him drum a load of times. And the last time I saw him was about 5 years ago. And he still can play the drums. Mick Davis. God, they're all coming out of the woodwork tonight. Ryan Downey of Thin Lizzy was a good drummer. Oh, Matt's dad did rhythm guitar for Tornadoes. God, that's one. I think Tommy came in after Lee, I think. Dave Brock. Different for it, considering what he played, yeah. And I can't think of his name, keyboard, the keyboard player from Camel. Oh, what's his name? Come on. Michael Lee, terrific, yeah. Come on, help me up here, folks. Keyboard player in Camel. And Asia. Yeah, someone must know the keyboard player in Camel. I can't. That's it. Once the name come up. He was... Kingdom Come. Oh, he's good. I don't think he's British. I think that's it. Right, bass player, British bass player. I'm going to start with Chris Squire. That's a good bass player. John Entwistle. The Who guy, yeah, John Entwistle. Another one, Peter Travavas. John Deacon. Steady Eddie. He was. Bob Daisley. Jimmy Bain. Was he American? I can't. John Paul Jones. Roger Waters. Yeah, he wrote some great little riffs on the bass, didn't he? McCartney. Yeah. Lemmy. Can't forget Lemmy. Alan Lancaster. The best. The best. Enough. Steve Harris. So that's good enough. He's British. Bill Wyman, yeah. Thinking some Neil Murray. Herbie Flowers. That's 3 members of Scott I've had a mention tonight. Mark King, the king of slap. We're forgetting one great, probably wrote the greatest opening bass riff ever. Geezer Butler. Cliff Williams from AC/DC. Fantastic bass player. Geezer. Jack Bruce. What a good call, Nick. Jack Bruce. Would love listening to Cream again. Listening to Jack Bruce. Just thinking who else. Roger Glover? Do we call it Roger Glover? Do you think he's a great bass player? Glenn Hughes is a good bass player. Hand of Doom is a great bass. But I think it's a NIB that he'll always be remembered for. Gary Thane and Trevor Boulder. Mickey Walters, the answer. Yeah, well, he's a good bass player. Yeah, everyone forgets about him. Rick Savage from Def Leppard. Very good bass player. I think the bass player is one of the most important people in a band. They keep the band going. And of course, the one and only Mr. John Wetton. Brilliant John Wetton. I've only got the guitarists now. Are we gonna do rhythm guitarists and lead guitarists, or just guitarists? Because if we're doing rhythm guitarists, the best rhythm guitarist in the world, God rest his soul, Mr. Rick Parfitt. The man of the rhythm riff was Rick Parfitt. You see, Francis Rossi is a very underrated guitar player. Keith Richards. Oh, I like him, but I don't think he's one of the best in the world, but he's good at what he does. Gary Moore, of course. Yannick Gears. People slate off that man, but he is a very good guitar player. For those of us that love Gillan, know that he plays some terrific guitar on some of them Gillan albums, especially the live stuff. Steve Rothery, another fine guitar player. Steve Hackett, great guitar player. Mike Oldfield. Oh, I'll watch that. Always looking for something good to watch. Mr. Steve Howell, definitely. Definitely. Adrian Smith, if we're going down that route. Hank Marvin. There we go. Let's go back even further. Mr. Hank Marvin. Greg Lake for the bass, yes. Trevor Rabin's a South African. Oh, there's so many great. Oh, Steve Harris is great anyway. Brian Tucker. Well, I think it's Brian Tuckler from Diamond Head. Gilmore. Oh, yes. Dave Gilmore. Jimmy Page. Slow Hand himself. Jeff Beck. Yes, I agree, Alan. He's great on Sunbeam. He does play on one of the live albums as well that I've got, which you'll hear all about in a few weeks' time. Tony Iommi, of course. This is one of the greats. Brian May. Andy Summers. Yeah. Good guitar player. Who else? John Sykes, when he does something. John Squire, yes, he is a very good guitarist. I think he's very underrated. Mark Knopfler, yeah, the king of the pick. Yes, I've got the triple double set, yeah. I've got both, actually. I've got both. Well, can't mention the Sky because their guitarists are actually Australian, so they don't count. Fast Eddie Clark, yeah, that's another good rock guitarist. I think that's covered everyone in the band. Andy Latimer of Camel, well, that's a good choice. I think I said this at the time when I did the Camel thing. Why they weren't any bigger? The Edge is Irish, he doesn't count. It's the United Kingdom. But he's a good guitar player. Yeah, I think Camel are probably the most underrated prog band ever. They were so good. Should have had more success than they did. Bernie Tormé, R.I.P. Yeah, I think he's from Dublin. The Edge. They all went to the same school, apparently. Born in Barking to Welsh parents, so he's English. Ah, he's British then, but he went to school in Dublin. Dave Hill. Good old Dave Hill. All right, then, if we're going down that sort, what about Rob Davis from Mud? He was a good guitar player as well. Dave Edmonds. What a good. Luke Morley. Wow, yes. Pete Townsend. Mel Galley. So everyone forgets that Mel Galley was in Trapeze. Glenn Tipton. Gary Moore was born in Belfast, yeah. Peter Green. John Mayall. Rocky wants a kick in the bottom, doesn't you? He doesn't know what he wants to do tonight, does Rocky? There he is, wagging and barking his tail. What? Come here then. You can say hello to everyone again. Come here then. I'll leave him so he can. What? Yeah, you tell them all what you think. Graham Oliver, Paul Quinn. All coming out now. I'm going to have to say Matt Bellamy is a good guitarist as well. Andy Scott, there we go. He's a good guitar player. Even Noddy Holder was a good guitar player. Come here, you. Come here. Come on then. I mean, Paul Quinn's still ringing out the dulcet. Rocky shouting Coldplay, better not be. You don't like Coldplay, do we? No. Come on then. You want to come in? Are you coming in? I think everyone wants to say hello to you. No, I'm not going with you. Come here. Jesus, it's like a child when it comes to treats. No. You're not having anything else. Just sits at me looking at me disgruntled. No. 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 That's enough. Brian Jones, the punk you. Come here then. Come here. Come here. We're not. Come here. Right. You showed all your goods to the world. Yeah, Mick Taylor, very good. Very underrated one as well. There you are, you're on YouTube again. Are you going to be quiet now? Everyone's saying hello to you now, Rocky. I think that's all he wanted. He just wanted me to give him some attention. Yes. Yes. Is that better? Yeah. He's becoming like Rick Wakeman, a grumpy old man, aren't you? There, he's 12 in August. But he's still quite active for an 11-year-old, as you can see. He is a first pot. The funny thing is, he hears Dave all the time on She That Can't Be Mentioned. But if he walked through the door, he'd probably get barked up, and then all of a sudden he'll realise it's the voice he hears all the time. If you Mach 84 in human terms, yeah. What you got to say now? Oh dear. Anyway, folks, it is fast approaching 10 o'clock, and I've always said that I'll have a cut off of 10 o'clock. So after that one the other week that went on for Stuart Adamson, yeah, I had the pleasure of watching him a couple of times in concert. He's pretty good. Yeah, and that usually works, doesn't it? And within 5 minutes, he comes and sits with you, rolls over, and demands a belly rub. He couldn't quite do that with Gary on Saturday because Gary's a wheelchair user, and he couldn't work that one out. So I had to literally lift Rocky onto his lap. Yeah, Crossing is a good album. I got a bit of stick from people. They don't subscribe to this thing. I think I put that. It's a great album, but I prefer some of the others, which are better. But it doesn't mean I don't like this album. And this bloke just didn't get the concept of that. It's got some good stuff on it. I think it. You listen to it now, and I think it does sound a bit dated. But I'm not taking away from the great tracks on it. Absolutely stunning album. Oh, yeah. Great big lump. At least he's quiet, folks. Apart from the old grunt. Anyway, folks, I do need to go because I need to go. You get my drift. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you for all coming back after the technical hitch. It's been a good night again. And I will see you all next week. Just a pre-warning, the following Thursday, it is start of the Jubilee celebrations, and I'm actually going to a bit of a Jubilee celebration with some friends. So there will be no live stream because I'll be getting drunk. Yeah, they are. I mean, you remember that one the other week? Where it was 2 hours and 19 minutes. Just to get more people in, get more people on. So tell your friends to come and join us. I'll see you all next week. And I'll be back in the morning doing UFO Live and the new Dare album. So bye for now, everyone. Say bye, Rocky. Say bye-bye to everybody. Say see you soon. Say see you soon.